You're watching Cox Connections only on Cox 11. Over the summer, young minds can sit idle for months. It's called the summer slide, and there's a real danger for loss of educational ground among children. The good news is you can avoid the summer slide, particularly when it comes to reading, by instilling the love of books at a young age. Starla Tronica, the president-elect of the Association for Library Service to Children, joins me via satellite to talk about their summer reading lists customized for children as young as the age of 1. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
For those who aren't familiar with ALSC, can you tell us more about the organization?
Absolutely. It's the Association for Library Service to Children, and it's the largest organization in the world dedicated to the support and enhancement of library services to children. And basically, we're about creating a better future for children through libraries.
Talk about this new reading list that you're offering to parents of young children.
Well, this summer reading list is completely different from any previous summer reading list. So we have 5 for ages 1 through 3 and 5 for ages 3 through 5. And this is to get kids comfortable with language and with interacting with story so that they build the essential learning skills that will help them become readers once they enter school. And then we worked with Lego Duplo to design special play opportunities to extend and reinforce the experience of being read to.
Can you give us an example of what you mean by play activities?
I'd love to. This particular book is Meow and the Pots and Pans, and this is about a cat named Meow. She has some friends, as most cats do, and as we go through this book, it really encourages kids to interact with the reader and point out things in the story, and then afterwards, they can build a specially designed playmate. This is Quack the Duck, that they encountered in the book, and this was specially designed by the folks at Lego Duplo. So we've taken the storytime experience and enhanced it and reinforced it through dealing with a play activity afterwards.
And it's critical to engage children as early as 1 because of the long-term impact early literacy has on future success. Is that the goal?
It truly is. It's so important. That is the key age. Actually, from birth through 5 is the perfect window to introduce language and to really develop the skills that make kids comfortable with language, that give them vocabulary and give them that opportunity to use language so that then when they encounter print, they're ready to read. And what's great is that reading and play are activities that will grow and evolve with your kid throughout their childhood. So the earlier you start them, the more development they have and the better ready they are to start school.
What kind of advice do you have for parents on how to instill a love for reading in their young children?
Well, the first thing is have fun. Have a good time with it. Make play part of it, as the Lego Duplo people have with us and these specially selected books, but also make reading part of your fun family routine, and definitely go to your public library. Libraries are the spot to be during the summer. They pull out all the stops because they know how important it is to keep all kids learning all the way through summer. And then at home, you can also access all this information on our website, readbuildplay.com. It has a list of all the books that we recommend, and it also has downloadable activities that will lead you through having those play experiences with your kids. And there's even a soundtrack there, so you can download the songs and listen to music while you're building together and building the foundation for early literacy.
Star, thank you so much for all you and the ALSC are doing for early literacy, and we enjoyed having you on the show today.
Well, thank you so much, Gary. It's been a pleasure.
Joining me here on the studio today are representatives from the Norfolk Public Libraries, Carol Abbott and Jennifer Gibson, who can provide local resources on what the ALSC is doing to help build literacy at an early age. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having us.
Let me start with you, Carol. Earlier I mentioned this summer slide or summer slump that kids go through and the consequences of that. Can you expand on that a little bit?
They have, for many years now, tested children in May or June, and the children will test out at a certain level for reading. If they don't continue reading over the summer, when they're tested again in September, that reading has dropped. So it's very important that children do read over the summer. So summer reading programs have been in place for many, many years so that we can combat that situation.
And so, Jennifer, why don't you talk a little bit about some of the variety of these summer reading programs that you offer students of all ages, for that matter?
Yeah, we offer programs for children as young as 0 up to 18. We offer programs for adults too. Instilling that love of reading in libraries is very important. So children need to see their parents going to the library.
It's amazing. I have a 10-month-old, and she just loves to read. We've been reading with her, and
That's awesome.
You know, it's even at an early age. So you're absolutely right. You can have these programs. You know, we heard from Star. She talked about you know, what the ALSC is doing to encourage early literacy between the ages of 1 and 5. Share with the viewers how you are supporting this initiative. What are some of the specific things you're doing?
Through our programs. We have a program called Baby Garden, where it's literally 0 to 2. And we bring parents in and basically go through finger plays. It's music, rhythm, rhyme. And it's a fun 45 minutes. We also introduce play at the end of the session. And parents get to do a craft at that point, using like pictures of their babies, and again, it just kind of reinforces that connection with the library. And
Star mentioned fun. You'd mentioned it a couple of times. Why is it so important to incorporate fun in this activity of reading at that age?
Play is the first steps to learning. That is how children learn. And we know that, and that is one reason we have the kid zones at the Norfolk Public Libraries. Every library has a kid zone, and in the kid zone are toys, and every toy actually has a purpose. If playing in the kitchens, for instance, is narrative skills.
But you brought something here, and so is this the one of the incentives to get people to?
The incentives for summer reading. This is for the children. For signing up, they get a band that says "I love to read," and a seed pod that they get to plant in the ground and watch it grow.
So there's incentives for
There's
actually reading.
incentives to read. Yes, absolutely.
So you are making it fun.
Yes.
We're just about out of time, but I have to ask this question. Jennifer, why are libraries so important to our communities, and what can the community do to help support the work of the libraries, particularly in this area around literacy and reading?
Using the library is the best way to support it. We have programs from 0 to adult, and just bringing your kids to the library and joining in our programs. We have excellent fun programs for school-age kids, and it encourages them to read during the summer and not fall into that summer slide. And yeah.
Libraries support lifelong learning, and from literally babies through seniors. And we have so many programs and services to offer. And they can help us by just putting out the word that, you know, they're able to use free computers at the library, talk to their civic leaders, and just keep libraries.
Support the libraries.
Support the libraries.
Well, thank you both.
Use the libraries.
Use the libraries
Yeah.
and support them. Thank you both for being on
You're
the show
very
today.
welcome.
Thank you.
Carol and Jennifer. When we come back, learn how this organization is meeting the challenging needs of its residents suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's. We'll be right back with more Cox Connections.